Hello and welcome to Anime Recapped. Today we'll be covering episode 1 to 4 of the Anime Chainsaw Man. This is the first of 3 parts. Lay back and enjoy the recap. Episode 1. The first episode of Chainsaw Man starts with following Denji's story. He's a devil hunter who lives in a world where people fight devils. In order to pay off his deceased father's debts, Denji has had to sell his kidney, right eye, and one of his testicles. He hunts devils with the help of his tamed chainsaw devil, Pachito. One day, when he is returning home, he is met by 2 men in a car. It is revealed that Denji is not paying off his own debts, but rather the debts of his deceased father. We see a flashback of young Denji standing in front of his father's grave, and the same man from the car who informs him that his father died without paying off the month's debts. The man gives Denji until the next morning to pay him 700,000, or he will kill Denji and turn him into mincemeat. After the car leaves, there is a flashback where Denji is attacked by a devil he calls a chainsaw. He sees that he is badly wounded and offers his hand for the devil to bite, as devils can heal when they drink blood. The devil bites him and informs Denji that his blood is not free, and that they have made a contract, in which the devil will help Denji in exchange for him saving the devil. In the next scene, we see Denji, with a devil chainsaw in his hands, throwing the carcass of a dead devil to the man from the car, and asking to be accepted into the devil hunters. We are then transported to the future, where adult Denji lies in a hospital bed with Pachito, dreaming of a normal life. However, he starts coughing up blood and tells Pachito that his mother also coughed up blood before her death. Suddenly, he hears a voice from behind the door telling him that there is a job for him. Denji is brought to an abandoned place where there is supposed to be a devil, but it turns out that the man from the car has also entered into a contract with a zombie devil, who has taken control of his body and mind. The man directs a horde of angry zombies at Denji, telling them to tear him apart and throw him into the trash. As Denji is being attacked by the zombies, his blood gets into Pachito's mouth, and his body begins to regenerate. Pachito comes to Denji for the last time and tells him that he gave him his heart and wants to see his dreams come true. Denji gets up abruptly and doesn't notice the wound on himself, but sees Pachito's tail on his chest. He is then noticed by the zombies and their leader, who orders them to eat him, hoping that he will die this time. Denji pulls Pachito's tail out of his chest and turns into a devil with a chainsaw in his hands and saws on his head. He cuts out all the zombies, and the zombie devil tells Denji that he is his brother. Despite the devil's resistance, Denji kills everyone. The next morning, a car arrives at the abandoned place, and the girl who gets out of the car sees that all the devils have been killed. She notices Denji and offers him a choice. Either she kills him as a devil or she takes him as a pet. Denji chooses the second option, and the girl tells him that he is now her faithful pet and must answer with either yes or woof, because she doesn't need disobedient dogs. Episode 2. The second episode starts with Denji and a girl from a car stopping for a bite to eat. Denji orders udon for himself, which the girl in the car pays for. However, due to blood loss, Denji passes out, but quickly recovers. The girl from the car then asks him how he stopped being an ordinary person, and Denji proceeds to tell her his whole story. He believes that his friend Pachito died giving his life for him, but the girl refutes this idea, saying that Pachito is still alive in him. After this, Denji loses consciousness again and wakes up later, asking the girl to feed him. As they finish their meal, Denji asks the girl for her name, and she tells him it's Makima. They then head to the Japanese devil hunter headquarters, where Makima gives Denji a uniform and introduces him to his new partner, Aike. Makima explains that Denji will be going on patrol with Aike that day. On patrol, Denji asks Aike if Makima has a man, which leads to Aike beating him up and telling Denji to quit. However, Denji retaliates by hitting Aike in the testicles and continues to beat him, saying that he only beats men in the balls. He also mentions that he tried udon for the first time and is not leaving because he wants to continue living in this paradise compared to his past life. Afterwards, Makima tells Denji that he is now in a platoon with Aike because his squad is experimental. Makima also warns Denji that if he tries to run away or does something wrong, he could be eliminated as a devil. On the street, Aike tells Denji that he will now live with him. The next day, they are called to kill a possessed person who has locked himself in a house that the police have cordoned off. When they enter the house, Denji asks Aike who the possessed is, and Aike tells him it's a devil that captured a human corpse. They enter the room with the possessed, and Aike tells Denji to reincarnate and kill him. However, Denji cuts off the head of the possessed without reincarnation. Aike asks him why he did not use the power of the devil, but Denji lied to him so as not to stain the magazines that he eventually took with blood. Afterwards, Makima tells Denji that he will have a new partner today, and that his partner is obsessed. A girl then enters the room and introduces herself as Power. We see the partners walk together on the roof and poking at the police who think they are devils. But Denji shows them his ID and settles everything. While sitting on the roof, Power smells the smell of blood and runs somewhere, and Denji follows her. Power jumps from the roof and makes a big sledgehammer out of her blood and kills a sea cucumber with the help of her devil. Episode 3. The third episode begins with Makima scolding Denji and Power for their mistake in killing the devil. Makima makes it clear that she does not care whose mistake it was. Afterwards, when the partners are left alone, Power reveals that she can only be friends with cats and her best friend, a cat named Mayavka, which was stolen by a devil, and she didn't have the power to save her. She also reveals that she is ready to do anything to save Mayavka. In response, Denji states that he is ready to do anything, even if it means wrinkle women's boobs. Power then offers Denji a deal that she will let him wrinkle her boobs if he helps save Mayavka. Denji agrees. As they continue on their journey, Power tells Denji that only he can fight the devil, because when the devil sees her, it will close in on Mayavka, and she won't be able to do anything. As they approach the house where the devil and Mayavka are located, Denji asks Power why she came so close if the devil closes in on Mayavka. At that moment, Power sends Denji out. The story then jumps to the moment where Power drags Denji's body to the devil, who is missing an arm and wants to eat Denji in order to recover. The devil drinks Denji's blood and at that moment throws him and says that his blood is full of rubbish, but he still was able to recover. The devil jumps onto the roof of the house. Power tells him that she fulfilled her promise and he should give her Mayavka, but the devil, with a smirk, tells her that he did not punish her for the disgusting blood that she brought him and throws the cage with Mayavka into a nutria's mouth. The story then shifts to Power's past, where she killed everyone she crossed paths with except Mayavka. When they first met, she wanted to fatten Mayavka up and then eat her, but she eventually abandoned that idea. The story then returns to the present moment where the devil swallows Power along with Mayavka. The devil spreads its wings and flies towards the city to kill the bad taste of Denji and Power's blood. However, Power does not want to let him go and grabs his leg and starts drinking his blood to recover. Denji then activates the tail on his chest, given to him by Pachito, and turns into a chainsaw and starts cutting the devil. Both fall on the house, and Denji sees a girl and orders her to leave before she is eaten. They then start a battle on the street where Denji again protects a man and his daughter. As a result, Denji cuts the devil's stomach and kills it. Episode 4. The anime continues with Denji holding Power in his arms and Power asking him why he saved her. Denji points to her promise as the reason for saving her. Suddenly, another strong devil appears and Denji attempts to turn into a chainsaw, but he is unable to do so because he lacks blood. The devil tells Denji that he is cute and she will spare him, but will kill Power. Denji is not happy with this situation, and they start a fight in which Denji loses. However, Ache suddenly appears and summons the devil Foxconn, which swallows the devil that attacked Denji. The scene then shifts to the ward where Denji is talking to Ache, who explains that all hunters make contracts with devils. Ache reveals that he knows what happened near the house with the devil and Mayavka, but he decided to turn a blind eye to it. Afterwards, we see Denji and Akka preparing breakfast when the front door suddenly opens and Power enters, carrying Mayavka on her shoulder. Power announces that she will now live with them. Akka then calls Makima, who expresses her trust in them and believes that they will be able to handle Power and Denji. The text concludes with Denji cleaning the toilet and Power coming in to fulfill her promise. Power sits on the toilet lid and sits quietly with her eyes closed, and Denji fulfills his dream.